And when I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
Well, we're on to Cincinnati.
It's my team. It's my quarterback.
They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Hello? You play to win the game.
They want you to cook the dinner. At least they ought to let you shop for some of the groceries.
And on the way up, we're going to buy the kneecap off.
You kidding me? Playoffs?
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
How can he not be romantic about football, man?
Okay, here we go. Welcome to the Benched with Bonnetta podcast. I am joined by somebody I'm very excited about. Somebody that I'm trying to win over. I'm actually on a friend audition this entire week, and it makes me a little bit nervous. I hope that I'm doing okay so far. Dan Hanzus joins us from NFL Network, around the NFL. This has been a long time. Power Rankings. I've filled in on that show before. This has been a long time coming. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm so happy to be here. You should understand. You don't even know what you're up against.
What does that even mean?
Because people that know me know that I have a very tight circle of people that I actually like to hang out with. And it's overly tight. It's like this guy needs to loosen up and open things up a little bit.
But that's the thing, and that is why I texted you.
Right.
Combine, everyone had these. We were just talking about dinner reservations. Everyone has these dinner reservations. I'm like, hey, guys, are we hanging out? Everybody's booked. Booked solid. And I am alone basically at a Subway.
Right.
Eating dinner by myself all week at Indy. And I was like, you know what? I'm coming into Vegas correct. I'm going to hit people up, and I'm going to make plans. And I was messaging you. I was like, I feel like I need to audition to get into this friend group because you guys, it's all very tight-knit.
It's a little cliquey.
But it's fine. You guys have known each other for a really long time. But I'm knocking out the door, and I want in. So let me ask you this. If this is an audition.
Okay, no, go ahead.
If this is an audition, I need some notes.
Yes.
Okay? What can I do? What can I change? Like what, give me the rap sheet of like which character do I need to become?
Well, I would think that I don't want you to change, and I think that's not yet. I think there is an audition. We call it on the Around the NFL podcast. There's something called and Graver knows this, the Gravedigger, and you're free to use that IP on your show if you wish.
I call him something else. I feel like I need to divert away from what you guys are doing. We have our own relationship.
All right, that's
you
cool.
know.
That's cool. It's called the La Raville Magnifico,
Whoa.
and that's something that means when someone says something to a group in some type of setting, and then they reveal everything about themselves, usually in a negative way, without even realizing.
Okay, I'm following.
And I think the only thing that I would say to you is don't do that.
Huh. Okay, that's good to know. I need to be careful.
At the same
what
time,
am I trying to hide? I don't have anything to hide.
Listen, here's the thing.
Here's
the thing that might be intimidating, Rach, is that, and by the way, I like you a lot, and I think you're a prospect at the highest levels.
Oh.
You're like Kayvon Thibodeau to me. Like there's a lot working here, but in terms of the La Raville Magnifico, if you do mess up, and remove yourself from click consideration, you won't even know it.
Oh,
so it's a little.
I almost hate that. It's secret. It's like I'm getting killed off.
It's a toughie.
And it's like a shot from the back of the head. I don't even see it coming.
No, it's okay though.
This is dangerous. Okay, I think I'm going to do okay.
You'll be fine.
There's some post-dinner drinks tonight that I think is my time to shine.
I think so, and I feel good about it. And honestly, like I don't even know the clique. What is the clique? It's me, Mark, Greg, Connie, Lakeisha.
Connie's in there. Ricky Hollywood's in there.
Ricky Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like Graver's knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Your own producer.
Wow.
Maybe it is something
Graver
like.
and I we could hop over the line together. We could do this.
Or maybe there's only room for one. Tonight's going to be interesting.
It's Vegas, baby. Anything can happen. Speaking of Vegas, you just said you like Vegas.
I do.
You're a Vegas guy? I don't think I am not a Vegas person at all. I'm already having sinus issues. I am not sleeping. I sweat through the night. I had 2 cocktails last night, and I felt like trash this morning. I was like, what? I had 2 drinks, but in Vegas, 2 drinks translates to 7 because of the way that they're poured. Like, it just doesn't work in my favor. None of it works in my favor. Why are you a Vegas person?
Well, one of the things, because I do feel very good about you entering the clique, if you choose to join, if I'm pouring the drinks, the old Zeusser pour is a 5-second pour. That's just something you need to be aware of. Just a heads up.
Okay, that's not going to roll with me. So, all right, I just need to be equipped with water tonight then.
No, but I guess I've always, I wouldn't consider myself a bro, but I have some bro qualities. Like
what?
I like hanging out with my buddies, and it's like
barbecuing.
Hey, let's all go to get together and go to Vegas for the long weekend. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool. We're gonna go and we're gonna gamble and drink a lot and get loose and have fun. Like, I do like to have fun. I do Vegas to me, and I think a lot of it is goes back to your earliest experiences in the city. I remember going on a family trip where my uncle took me and my cousin who I was very close with and his family. I went with them, and then me and my cousin, we were underage, but we had some fun.
Whoa!
And then that sticks in your mind, and then the smell of this place. I love the smell of the casinos.
Oh God!
It's just
you mean like stale cigarettes and rum? And
you know what else I like? I like the surface level of it, because sometimes in general that's not what I'm about, but like I like that the draft and Vegas are together because I feel like they're a perfect match. It's much more style than substance. It doesn't ultimately mean much, but like let's have some fun.
But it could mean everything.
That's
if
how I
done
feel.
the right
I
way.
like it, and I do risk like coming off as a bro saying, "Yeah, Vegas, baby." I kind of like it though. It's fun.
Do you pick up the cards they hand out in the streets?
I'm not a card guy.
Not a card guy.
Come on now. I'm not that much of a bro.
Listen, that would have showed me a lot about you, so that was a good answer.
You know
okay,
what that
maybe you're
would've been?
auditioning.
A la Ravil Magnifico.
I'm not going to repeat it, but yeah, that would have been one of those.
You would have been like, oh, so he's a slimy
so
creep.
he's a card guy. He's a card guy. What draft number is this for you covering?
You know what? The draft is the one event that we've been a little bit kind of come in and out of. I've been with the company since 2010, which is insane. I was at the Johnny Manziel draft at Radio City Music Hall, to give you a little idea. I remember when Manziel got drafted by the Browns. I remember taking a video of Mark with my phone and him crying. He was so excited. You
With
could see the tears in his eyes.
Oh, Lord.
And then behind us, there was like a rush, and it was Drake running up the steps to go hang out with Johnny Manziel and party, which was a
like
harbinger.
Champagne Poppy? Drake?
Champagne Poppy, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
That guy, the Toronto guy.
My guy.
But like, yeah, so I've been probably at 4 or 5 drafts, but this is the first one we've been to our podcast, ATN, in probably 5 years. And I'm excited to be here. I think and especially as a Jets fan, it's hope season. And it's
Sorry.
Don't laugh.
Sorry.
It's hope season. It's like everyone has something to look forward to. I think it's always been the most optimistic event on the NFL calendar, and that's why I kind of like it. Even though I don't really know the college game too well, I learned about these prospects over the ramp up, but it's fun. It
is kind of cool. Like even just covering the combine, I'd never done that, and this is my first draft. There is like this there was a prospect on the plane, and Mina Kimes was on my plane, and we were all kind of like getting up to leave, and he popped up on a bunch of TVs, and she was like, yo, look at the TV right now. And it was just such a cool moment. Like even at the combine, like there's just this air of like, ooh, excitement. Anything can happen. These guys are about to have their lives changed. They're about to become millionaires. Like
that is like and you'll like this one, Justin. Like 2000, whatever it was, the draft that he was in, there was a giant human being sitting in front of me and coach. And I was like, this dude's giant. And again, I learned about these players more when they get to the pros. It was Derrick Henry. Like Derrick Henry sitting in coach, probably literally the last time he ever sat in coach his entire life.
And you witnessed it.
I saw it. I was there. I was sitting behind him, kicking him, getting mad at him for reclining his seat. No, it was it's cool. It's fun, and again, the optimism of it all. Every guy, 32 first-round picks, like 20 are gonna be busts, something like that. Mm-hmm. But not this weekend. Mm-hmm. Like right now, it's 32 for 32.
It is kind of cool. Like our boss Charlie keeps on saying, like, I know that this may be not the shiniest draft class, and you don't have like a quarterback going first overall, but like as we look out on these guys, there are Hall of Famers here, and we don't know who it's going to be yet, but there's just a lot of excitement. Let me ask you this. Speaking of excitement, we're in Vegas. We're sitting poolside right now with our mocktails.
Yeah, we are.
And so Colleen and I go out for a beverage last night, Connie Fox.
You got loose with Connie.
Yeah, and somebody actually bought our drinks at the bar.
I saw that.
And we were like, we still got it, baby! But somebody approached us, a man, an elderly gentleman.
Was it
and
Kelsey
he goes,
Grammer by any chance?
He asked, okay, tell me if you would do this. He asks Colleen, hey, I'll give you $200 if you let me see your license.
Oh, Christ.
And we actually thought about it. We were like, well, why? Why do you want to look at it? And she was just like, I actually just have a P.O. box on there. I don't have my address. And we were like, do we do it? What does this mean? Like, what's he looking for? I think maybe they had a bet on how old she was. Either way, it's not good. But would you have said yes for $200? If somebody came up to you.
I can't put myself in the shoes of a lovely lady.
And somebody came up to you and said, hey, I'll give you $200 in Vegas for where drinks are $1 million, you know? And
for $200
would be nice.
It would depend where I was in my life and how badly I needed $200.
I shoot him away, like physically shoot. I
think that sounds like a potential serial killer. So I think the $200 is nice.
Yeah.
It's like, are you a Better Call Saul fan?
Sure.
Okay, last season there was a spoiler alert. He has a chance to make $10,000 to go into the desert and pick up like $7 million in bail money. Things go sideways.
Mm-hmm.
Like the greed will get in the way of like clinical thinking. You have to. The shoo away was the move.
Yeah.
And that's nuts.
We did. There was a moment where he came up to us and said, I'll give you $200 if you let me just look at your ID really quick. And there was a pause. There wasn't like, what the hell are you, like, go away. There was
that's like, it doesn't matter where you are in your life. Like $200 will always give you a quick pause, and then you have a chance to reset some things.
I was like, $200 is, a nice meal, but we don't need that. We're getting our meals expense. Thank you, NFL Network. I was like, this is not worth it. But my favorite part about it was Connie was like, I do have a P.O. box on there. It's not even my address. Like, she was really, I feel bad. I said no to her. I said no for her. I took the $200
was she a couple
out of
drinks
her
in?
hand. No, we weren't getting after it. We had just had dinner.
Because Connie's she's very fierce in guarding her privacy. I'm surprised she even
so many people came up to Connie Fox and said, "Oh my God, you're Colleen Wolfe. I love you so much."
Here's my theory, by the way, and I'm just trying to think, in terms of mankind, that him and his buddy were like, "That's Colleen Wolfe, I'm telling you," and he was like, "Nah, no, you're wrong. You
might be right."
And then it was like the only way to prove it.
We gotta go ask her to look at her ID.
And they probably didn't think like,
"Hey, are you Colleen Wolfe?"
It sounds like something like a literal serial killer would do.
Instead of just asking somebody what their name is, can I take a look at your license, please?
Right. Are you Colleen? Can I get a selfie?
Oh my God,
no.
I'm such a fan.
May
she
I
was
see
doing
your
it all
personal
night.
identification?
We were her personal photographer.
That's great. You know what, Colleen?
Okay, so you're not taking the $200.
Of course not. And I'm glad that you were there to help Colleen, because if she did do it, whether she was of sound mind or not at that point in the night, she would have woke up being completely annoyed and paranoid about it. So, by the way, that's a reversal review magnifico. That's something that we're taking into account. That's a bonus. That's a 10-point bonus for Bonnetta in a big spot.
Okay. This is very exciting. I'm a good friend.
No, that's a huge friend pull.
Okay, let me ask you this. We've obviously got this brand new baby of a podcast, and we're chugging along, and it's so much fun. You have the opposite. You have a behemoth of a podcast. So I have
an
never
old, elderly, dying podcast.
Shut up. I have never gone on a podcast. I've never gone on someone's podcast before, and just my Twitter exploded. Like, you guys have so many amazing loyal fans that love you guys so much. How did you find this? So many people have podcasts. I felt so silly when I announced, and also I have a podcast. I too am joining the game. Like, great, we need another podcast. But how do you make it work? There's literally thousands. Is it just was it getting in early? How did you guys just clearly love each other?
That certainly was a big factor. Not that podcasts in 2012 or 2013 weren't prevalent, because they were, but now it's so much harder to cut through the noise.
Yeah.
You need to be super talented, which you are, Rach. So I think you can. But I'm saying, that is such a challenge to do it. Like, when we started ATN, there wasn't really, and I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure we're right. There wasn't anybody that on Sunday night was recapping every game that happened.
Yeah.
And that was something we did And now most podcasts do it that cover the NFL scene. But back then, it was like the light bulb hadn't gone off yet. And this is before now podcasts are now incredibly financially valuable if you could build a successful one and all that stuff. So, yeah, the timing matters. But also, like for us, the chemistry was the biggest thing. And that was all luck. I mean, Mark and I started working at the company within 6 weeks of each other as part-time copy editors at NFL.com, and we became fast friends, and then that quickly evolved into like, all right, how do we, get on mic? And Dave Damashek, who's a friend of mine and also somebody I've always looked up to in the business, like gave us our first opportunity to be on mic on his show, and then gave us a 10-minute spinoff. But then the other half of it is Mark and I had natural chemistry and had the ambition to do it.
Yeah.
Greg comes over from Pro Football Talk. Chris Wessling, God rest his soul, comes over from Roto World where he worked with Greg, and then it just all connected.
It's just magic.
So that was just like, that is luck, that's kismet, that's just something else in the air. So it's kind of like timing matters and it's big, but for us it was just like, wow. Like it was just a chance that we had, and we put in the work. Obviously that matters too, but I think it's mostly luck.
I think everything happens for a reason. You guys were at the right place at the right time, and you all just fell in love with each other. And we, America, have fallen in love with all of you.
Well, not everyone.
Okay, it's time for the Benched Bachelorette. As you know, I am kind of trying to find a new love in my life. And you mentioned that you're hopeful as a Jets fan. And I took that seriously when you said that. And I just wanted you to, they're still on the table, the Jets. I just wanted you
Can
to
I tell you another one more bit of advice in the podcast game?
Sure.
Let's be honest with the audience. You're
Don't
very
laugh at your
dismissive.
guess.
You're very dismissive of my idea about before we started. I was like, I want to pitch you on the Jets, and she was like, screw you, don't even bother.
We'll just skip that part.
Yeah, no, but I feel like I have there's a chance here for me to sell you on the Jets. I feel confident
Hey,
about
I'm
it.
listening. Here we go.
All right, so you're Canadian.
Yeah.
Nice. Excited about that
Sorry,
new
you just
Arcade
fist
Fire
bumped.
album.
You just fist bumped.
No, I think what drew you to the Browns? Let's start there.
Okay, what drew me to the Browns
was... the thing.
The thing, yeah. What drew me to the Browns was I was new to football. I did not grow up watching football. I grew up watching hockey in Canada. Like, it just was not something that was on in my household. And then I got hired to a show, and I wanted to find a team to root for because I just felt like it was going to help me understand the game more. And the Browns were on Hard Knocks, and they were a mess. And I like mess. I like quirky. I like weird. I am drawn to the weirdos in the room because I am usually the weirdo in the room. And that's why I loved them. They had lost forever, and they had a beer fridge that needed to be unlocked. Baker came in, had such a big and bright personality, and I was just like, these guys are lovable losers. That's what. But don't try and say, oh, the Jets are the same.
I'm not saying anything yet.
Okay, well, that's why I love the Browns.
I will say, with the exception of the beer cooler needing to be unlocked, which was a light beer ad promotion.
A beautiful marketing scheme.
It was
let's
great,
be honest.
but
Come
let's not like tie that directly to the organization and what makes them alluring. The Jets check all of those boxes, and then on top
Don't
of that,
nod your head,
and on top
Graver.
of that, their little brother. The Giants will always be the Tiffany team in that town. We always are laughed at and mocked. And I would tell you, if we were doing this 5 years ago, Rach, I would never, ever say, come join us.
You're full of it.
But I think, no, Justin knows, I'm buying in on this new regime. I think the Jets have a few years. It's a couple years away from being a real team. But I think they're on a track that if just like 2 or 3 things click, in the next 12 months, they are a team. And I'm not saying that you're looking to be a front runner, but if you pick the Jets, if this exercise ends with you picking the Jets, everyone that is invested in it and invested in you will go, wow, okay, she's in.
They would say that about
like,
if I picked
you're
any
gonna pick
team.
the Broncos, like, Chargers. Justin Herbert.
They're still on the chopping block.
I'm just saying,
Apparently, the Chargers owner is very invested in me becoming a fan. Okay, where's your ownership?
I don't want to talk about my ownership so much, but on the same, there's only so much we can say here. But let's not dig too deep in general, too high up the chain.
Okay.
That's my pitch. My pitch is that they are lovable losers. They are memeable. They are a laughingstock in a lot of ways. But they also have one of the great figures in the history of the league in Joe Namath.
Mm-hmm.
They have a fan base that is downtrodden and beaten down, but ever optimistic, but also pessimistic. I think there's something there for a Bonnetta. If a Bonnetta was drawn to the Browns, I think Bonnetta could be drawn to the Jets.
I am not. I'm going to be honest with you. Jets were probably on the chopping block within the next few weeks. I'm going to be honest with you right now. You bought them some time.
Okay, I'm not here to win you over completely. I just want you to if you're thinking about them in a slightly different way, and I actually feel guilty because I have 2 young sons, a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old, and I've been so disillusioned as a fan because I just celebrated my 42nd birthday.
Wow! Sorry, did you something get caught in your throat there, or you were just trying to get
my mortality?
Yeah.
All I want. I love my dad, Keith Hanzus, who is a Joe Namath guy, fan, grew up in the Bronx, and was a Yankee fan, but didn't connect with the Giants, who also played at Yankee Stadium back then. But then Joe Namath showed up with his style and his confidence and changed the sport forever. Mm-hmm. And now here I am, at my age, and my father entering old age, and we've still never had a Super Bowl together, and that eats at me. And that's why I'm giving my sons, as any father should, if you're listening, by the way, don't tell them who to root for. Like, I'm leaving it open-ended. And what my youngest son is leaning towards the Chargers because we're here in L.A.
Right.
And my older son is more a Jets guy. And I'm like, okay, if you want to do that, that's for you.
No.
So I can't tell anybody what to do because I understand being a Jets fan has been very hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
But the payoff, if it ever happens, Rachel.
I get it.
If it ever happens.
I get it.
You're getting in on the ground floor, and a lot of the excavation is complete.
Yeah.
So nobody will say you're a front runner. People won't realize that we've been already down there by the core of the earth. Now we're right beneath the surface potentially. That's it.
Listen, like I said, you bought yourself some time.
Okay.
I am going to really think about this. But I think that this is the perfect segue. We are in Vegas, of course, for the draft, which we've not spoken about.
Vegas, baby, I'm a bro.
Which we've not really spoken about. But that's fine. That's not what this podcast does. But I thought we would play a fun little game, okay? We're not gambling here. We're here on the work trip. We're not gambling.
I would love to, but
we're not gambling.
We are not allowed.
We're on a work trip. But I thought that there's a fun little game that we could play right now that, as much as I would love to give you, well, what do you say? Should we kick off 2 teams, one of his choice? Okay. I am handing you the keys to kick off a team on this show. Yourself, your own choice.
Oh, Buddha team.
And then we are going to do a Russian roulette. Because we're not allowed to gamble. We're going to do a roulette where we choose a number, and that's going to kick off a team. So who would you be so upset if I do make it into the friend group?
Okay.
Who would you be so upset to see me cheer for? You choose a team. We'll tell you if they're still alive.
All right, so the Patriots are out.
Patriots are out.
Good job. Cowboys? The Cowboys. Load up the chamber with a single round, and let's spin that bitch.
Okay, I am open to this. Cowboys are out of the league.
I'm trying to help you, Rachel, because if this exercise ever ended with you being like sending out all social media bulletins, I'm a Cowboys fan now, you'd get absolutely destroyed.
And points for you in the friendship category because you're right. Okay, so Cowboys, I'm so sorry, Dallas Cowboys.
Chamber.
Jerry Jones, Mr. Jones, we've met a few times. It was absolutely terrifying every single time we did. I'm so sorry. We are going to be letting go of the Cowboys on the Benched Bachelorette.
Oh, they're out?
They're out.
Oh.
You just made that decision. I think
that for some reason I was expecting a gun to be involved in
was
reality and a
no,
1 out of 6 chance, but they're
actually out. I don't know if that would work at poolside.
So I voted
Vegas.
them off the island.
You voted them off, but I was okay with it.
The Jets thing would be great, but I would understand if you went a different direction. But I actually do feel like I did something good today by helping you there.
You did, but hold on, we're not done.
Okay.
We need to do a Russian roulette style kickoff.
Do you know what Russian roulette is?
I do. Somebody passes away.
Maybe.
If the wrong trigger is pulled.
What's the
No,
movie?
we're kicking
Graver,
off.
you're a cinephile.
We're
What's the
playing
film?
roulette.
What's the famous film with the Russian roulette scene?
I know what you're talking about, but I'm not on.
Oh, he's so young.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thank you.
What's the
Thank you,
movie?
Justin.
What's the movie?
It's
Dog Day Afternoon.
Never seen it.
Maybe. No, it's not Heat. Okay.
Okay, we were playing roulette. We were playing Benched Bachelorette roulette. Okay, I need you to give me a number between 1 and what?
28.
1 and 27.
1 and 27.
Lucky number 1 between 27. And this is going to, whatever you choose, is
All right,
going to
my
kick
favorite number is 23, so that's easy.
23.
Yeah.
Okay. Justin, who is number 23? Somebody is about to get kicked off bench.
No,
Bachelorette.
That's not so lucky. All right, whatever.
Would you be mad if it was the Jets? No! It's not.
That would be the Jets' luck. I would go on that impassioned plea and they'd be gone.
Say goodbye to the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm okay with that.
That's a good one.
I'm okay with that. One of my very good friends, Sarah Tiana, is a massive Falcons fan.
I know
and
Sarah Tiana. That's Chris Brockman's
Exactly.
wife.
I hear the worst things.
Okay.
So much pain. Thank you. Thank you.
Two quick
Honestly.
clarifications. One, any Cowboys fans that are going to listen to this and be mad at me, just know it's not personal. It's just you guys don't need more bandwagon fans jumping on.
No, and that's exactly right. I've been getting out of the bandwagons early.
See, that woman over there.
A woman by the pool
See, I've already
hates the
saved you.
Cowboys. We're
And
not Cowboys fans, ma'am.
for the Falcon.
Oh, that's not what they're
You
called
mean the
anymore.
Commanders, ma'am?
Oh, boy.
All right. We'll finish that conversation later. No, but wait, hang on. Let me fucking recalibrate everything in my mind. No, the Falcons fans, I have so much respect for. I was at 28-3 Super Bowl.
So was I.
And that was obviously, I have so much empathy for that fan base.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, so there's a Falcons fan out there that would pitch them the way I just pitched the Jets.
Yeah.
But I want you to be happy. I want you to find, like, if you don't pick the Jets, find that team that is right beneath the surface. Falcons, they have to excavate. They're rebuilding the whole thing.
They need to figure some stuff
They're
out.
5 years away, potentially.
Yeah. Okay, well, Cowboys, Falcons, I'm so sorry, but you are no longer on Benched with
I feel like I kind of
Bonnetta,
nailed this for you.
Bachelorette.
I really helped you, I feel
I
like.
really think you did. Those are two teams that I absolutely would have gotten rid of, and we're getting close. Like, the weeks are going by very quickly, and I will have a new love of my life sooner rather than later.
How serious are you about this, honestly, though?
About the Jets?
No, about this whole shtick.
Stop trying to sell me on the. Honestly, it's a little bit tough because I feel like it was a really fun idea at first. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a really fun idea at first, and then I went into like a little bit of a grieving period about the Browns, and I'm sure Mark is dealing with the same thing. Like, I really, really enjoyed being a Browns fan, and I'm like going through. I'm like doing my laundry, and I'm like. My boyfriend had just gotten back from Cleveland, like literally the week before the thing was announced. Mm-hmm. And he got me a brand new sweater, like a brown sweater. Going through my wardrobe, I have so many Browns things that I've acquired over the last few years. It just sucks, but it just makes me sad. It just really bums me out.
And here's the thing with Mark, and Mark's one of my closest friends, and as passionate as I am about the Jets, he's somehow more passionate about the Browns. I have my doubts that he's actually able to divorce himself from the team because once you're in, and there's no getting out. Your circumstances are different. I think that's why it's believable to me that you might be able to break free and reboot. But I just wonder if your ultimate fan journey is got to be more organic.
And you know what? Maybe there will be some organicness that happens on this journey. Like maybe guys, what a plot twist if I came to the end and I was one of those bachelors that said, I'm not ready.
Oh, that move.
Wow. That season finale would garner so many views.
I feel like anything could happen this weekend at the draft where you like one of the prospects that gets picked by a team, or during Hard Knocks, the Lions could totally win you over because that's happened to you before. Or
there you go.
A lot of events still have to play out.
Right.
Speaking of, we really have not talked about the draft. Is there anything? I'm going to ask you the most generic draft question.
We don't have to talk about the draft. All I can say is that this reminds me of the 2013 draft, where there was no premium quarterbacks out there, so that just made everything so much more unpredictable. So while it's not as sexy per se in terms of like, who's this absolute stud, future Hall of Famer. We know this, or even Trevor Lawrence last year. Some of the bloom was off the rose. I don't think it should be, but like it was like, whoa, the Jaguars just got somebody, Zach Wilson on the Jets, who is, despite some rocky rookie year business, is still a highly interesting, intriguing second-year player. The fact that we don't have those type of players, but what we do have is all those mock drafters are pooping their pants, Rach.
Because there's going to be so many
so unpredictable. We have no idea how this is going to play out, so you get to enjoy that side of things.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some pretty crazy moves happening. Let me ask you this. We were talking about hugs earlier, like commissioner hugs.
Oh, yeah.
And how there have just been so many messy ones. Just so many. Oh, like you can't even watch them. I was like looking at highlight reels and I was like, this is too painful. What would be your go-to? Would you just do in like a quick, love you, thank you.
You know what I would do?
Bye-bye.
Because I would say I would want to, like Mac Jones last year when he did his like Vince McMahon walk up on the stage and people were like, oh, that guy, he stands out. You want to do something that stands out. What if you went like hard and firm with a dad handshake? Just going hard. No dad.
Just a handshake, no
big
hug.
time eye contact, firm grip, bang,
Sir,
bang, bang.
Thank you. That is a bold move.
Or well, this is a little strong, but you could like salute him military style.
You just clicked your heels.
Like do something memorable. Just don't be basic, I would say.
Okay, don't be basic.
Yeah.
Okay, we were trying to do a guide for these draft prospects on how to get out of this without becoming viral.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of these guys want to be viral. You want to stand out, don't you?
You don't want to be viral for the wrong reasons.
If you don't want to be viral,
like go in for a hug and then almost like kiss the commissioner on the lips, which has almost happened before.
That's happened, yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
We are both. Well, I will speak for
we
myself.
going for a swim now?
Sweating.
Yeah.
We have really enjoyed these mocktails. Thank you for joining the Benched with Bonnetta podcast. Bye, Cowboys. And goodbye, Falcons.
I feel good about it. The
I
Falcons
feel good
fans,
about it too.
You know where I'm at. You know where my heart is at. Cowboys fans, one less bandwagon jump. You'll be fine. You'll survive.
You'll be fine. All right, tune in next week. We got a fresh episode post Vegas. That one should be interesting. Bye.